Hey, what is going on YouTube? East Tactics here, and I thought I would make a quick video this morning because I noticed some interesting news that came out. It looked like somebody dropped a video from, I'm not sure what country they're from because they're speaking a different language in the video, but it's basically the Arrma Kraton EXB 1/5 scale 8S. And I mean, it looks like a legitimate showcasing of the box and basically what's going to be coming out. So I thought I would just do a little bit of research on it, do a quick comparison video between the Arrma Kraton EXB and the Arrma Kraton 8S. So this video, I mean, you're going to see a lot of videos probably coming out that are going to showcase the differences, but this is just more of my first impressions, first look. Some of the noticeable differences that I'm seeing between the two platforms, and I'll do my best to kind of describe the differences, just to kind of give you the first look scoop on what to expect from the 8S. I'm not even sure what the price point's going to be on it. My guess, because it's a roller, it's not going to come with any of the electronics, it's probably going to be between $650 and $750 is my guess. You know, what are your thoughts on what the price is going to be for this new roller? But anyway, yeah, I'll go into it right now. East Tactics. Let's get right into this. So first and foremost, here is a picture of the box of the Arrma Kraton EXB Extreme Bash version 8S roller. I mean, you're not going to find this anywhere right now, at least on the Arrma website. They're not showcasing it. The only reason why I found out about this is because I happen to just be following, you know, RC related stuff, and I just kind of investigate it and see what kind of differences there are between the new EXB 8S and the current Arrma Kraton 8S. So it looks to me, first and foremost, like the body is black, just like the 6S EXB. Here's a look at the 6S EXB. See any differences in the body? Looks to me like it's very similar. It does have the EXB bumper. So here's an image of the Arrma Kraton 8S. So you can definitely tell a difference between the bumpers. That EXB bumper is legit, that is for sure. So that's a huge upgrade in itself. Let's take a close look here. The dimensions of the vehicle, its length is 30.35 and its height is 11.10. Whereas the Arrma Kraton 8S, its height is 10.47. So the EXB actually sits almost an inch higher. A lot of that, my guess, is maybe attributed to its stance. So the bottom of the chassis might actually be a good ½ inch higher off the ground, which lends quite a bit to bashing, which is awesome. So right away, this is the 8S EXB right here. So you can see that it's a roller. It doesn't have your motor, your ESC. It doesn't have your servo, and obviously it's not going to come with a controller. Naturally, here you can see all of the electronics in the regular 8S Kraton. It comes with the smart technology Spectrum electronics. Right here, I don't know why it says new oil-filled adjustable shocks, considering these are oil-filled adjustable shocks on the regular version as well. So I don't know how that's, or why they're saying that's new. The EXB here, ultra thick composite front and rear shock towers. So the shock towers are still made out of a composite plastic, just like the regular 8S Kraton, which I haven't heard anybody complain about. So I guess that's probably a good thing, given that the composite can flex a little bit. Right here we've got multi-structured center brace system for maximum durability, just like the regular 8S Kraton. Obviously the thing that's jumping out right here is the 775 T6 EXB aluminum chassis, which I'll get to in a minute. You can see here the front and rear. Here it talks about the sway bars. The actual Arrma Kraton 8S doesn't come with sway bars, believe it or not. This one, there's no sway bars. So that's an upgrade. You're gonna have sway bars front and back, which honestly I don't know why they didn't ship those with the regular Kraton, but whatever. So right here we're looking at, on the EXB, you've got a aluminum sliding motor mount for 49 and 56 series motors, which I don't think is necessarily an upgrade, because here's the Kraton 8S regular version and sliding motor mount for quick motor removal. So they're both made out of aluminum, so they both are sliding. So I'm not sure if there really is an upgrade there, but it is what it is. So this is interesting. On the EXB 8S, you've got what says here 2x servo mounts to suit 1/5 and 1/6 scale servos. So I'm not sure if it's basically implying that you can fit both sizes in the same one, or if they ship you an extra one in a bag so you can choose which one you want to run with. But that's interesting. It also says here 15 and 17T servo saver adapter. So the servo saver adapter is a little bit of a different technology from the 1/6 or from the 1/8 scale Kraton. I think both of the 8S EXB and the 8S regular Kraton are sporting this new servo saver technology, but this one looks like it has an option for 15 and 17T. I guess when they give you options, that's always good. So this is interesting. On the EXB, multi-split spoke wheels and multi-terrain deboots. These are the copper 2. But here it also says that the EXB has beefier deboot copperhead 2 tires. And you can see the difference. So this is an upgrade. The tires are wider, look a bit meatier, which is cool. So that's definitely one of the cooler features of this new EXB roller. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the shocks. So you can see here, this is the EXB, and compared to the 6S, the shocks are just absolutely huge. But here's what's one of the defining factors of it's a key upgrade for the EXB. Check out the meat on that rod end compared to the regular one. I mean, way stronger here. That is, that's going to make a huge difference to prevent those rod ends from breaking. Another really important feature, and this is huge, is if you look at the shock rod itself, that is a 6mm shock rod, and that is a 5mm shock rod. One of the biggest ailments of the Outcast 8S, the Arrma Kraton 8S, is the shocks and the shock rod is bending. Hardcore RC has an amazing video you can watch where he pits an Xmaxx up against an Outcast, and the shocks on the Outcast 8S, these shocks here, basically just buckle under repetitive huge jumps. So this upgrade right here on the EXB, having 6mm rods and also much more beefier rod ends, is an absolutely huge upgrade for the class, this 1/5 scale class. Here's a link to Hardcore's video right here if you want to check it out. Next up, we have, basically it's talking about EXB and 8S, and obviously the differential gears are much huger compared to like the 6S. Now, what's interesting though is I'm not sure if this is an upgrade. It does say EXB and 8S here, and then if you look at the image for the classic 8S Kraton, it shows what looks to be the exact same gear. So I don't really think there's an upgrade here per se, but it does sort of allude to the fact that it's an upgrade because they put EXB and, you know what I mean? But I can't really confirm that. So, all right, one of the next things I found to be really interesting as an upgrade is if you take a look at this, basically there's 24mm aluminum hex hubs. So if you actually look at the rod end itself here, it is different than the rod end here. These are your classical. It's shorter, not quite as tank compared to this rod end, or that, turnbuckle rod end. So that's a huge upgrade right here for the EXB, which I think is important. The next thing here is you've got a front brace mount. This mount itself, you can see the white letters EXB. That's actually an aluminum upgrade that you're going to find on the 8S EXB compared to this one here. You can see it's a plastic composite. It does have the back end is aluminum, but this front section is not. So that's going to be one of your important upgrades you're going to find in the 8S EXB. So both of the vehicles are going to have these full metal, gears and everything like that. I don't think there's really much of a change when it comes to the normal Kraton and the EXB 1/5 scale. Both vehicles do have this, body mount system that does sort of, it integrates with the tower. So you can see here, much cleaner image, but that actually integrates with the tower to provide a lot of strength. Both of the vehicles have that. Obviously, one of the biggest upgrades for the EXB is going to be this bumper. This is the 1/5 scale version, so it's going to be, way, way, way better than your classic 1/5 scale Kraton. Tons of protection. So here's a cleaner image of it as it's installed. You can also see here the sway bar on the EXB versus here's the front end on your classic Kraton 1/5 scale. That bumper is just, in my opinion, not enough. So this is going to protect your vehicle in your front end 100-fold better. That's exciting to see that. So as far as the rear end goes, here's your EXB Kraton. They've got a small bumper there on the rear end, but it's very similar to the rear end of the regular Kraton. Again though, you can see there's no sway bar, whereas the EXB has the sway bars. Alright, so this right here is probably one of the most crucial upgrades that you're going to find in the EXB, and that is the chassis. They are advertising everywhere on this chassis that it is 70/75 aluminum. I don't know how thick it is. My guess is it's probably 4mm still, just like the regular Kraton 1/5 scale, but that one is not being advertised as being 775 aluminum. So here is another image right here. They're just like shouting, that we've got 775 aluminum in, T6 here, and they've also got like a little chart here that you can, use for whatever length motors you're trying to fit in. Now this right here is the regular Arrma Kraton 1/5 scale, and it is 4mm thick, but you can see all the stuff that they did with the design to try to make it stronger. Whereas, obviously this is going to be your 70/75. Huge key upgrade, absolutely. I don't know if people are having problems with bending these, but the EXB's chassis is a huge upgrade. So yeah, honestly guys, that's basically just a quick overview of what the differences are between the 8S EXB and the regular Arrma Kraton EXB 1/5 scale. So I hope this video was kind of informative for you. Again, it's kind of just new information that I come across, so I figured I'd just throw together a quick video to show you what I found and my first impressions are of what the differences are. And from what I can tell, the upgrades are pretty substantial. They really hit home on some of those key things, especially like the shock rod ends, the actual rods themselves in the shocks, the chassis itself, throwing in the sway bars, beefing up the turnbuckles, better, beefier tires. All around, the Arrma EXB 1/5 scale 8S Kraton is going to be a beast and a contender in the Xmaxx arena. So anyway guys, thanks for watching. This is East Tactics. Make sure you check out my video library for tons of things if you are interested in getting into the hobby, and also see the description for all kinds of links, tactics, and connections to my videos. East Tactics out.